Let's take a look back at some of the things that made 2016 such an incredible year. This January was the first time in 5 years I did not go to the CES show in Las Vegas, for the simple reason that I don't work at my old job anymore. January was a big month for car shows, and I continued the tradition of going to the big Barrett-Jackson collector car auction in Scottsdale. We also got to see a bull riding event, which was pretty cool. For the third year in a row, I went to the Arizona Concours d'Elegance at the Biltmore. We saw Olympic gold medal swimmer Michael Phelps there doing charity work for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I went to the military vehicle show and swap meet, but didn't buy anything. Finally, I passed the exam and got my ham radio technician license. I just wanted to see if I could do it. In February, I started wearing a Fitbit activity tracker and quickly found out that I need to be more active. I went to a Valentine's Day party at Brad's house, which was interrupted when the fire department showed up and told him to put out the giant bonfire. I rode along with Mike as he took his Jeep on a trail ride on the back road to Crown King. We even stopped to check out an abandoned mine, which was kinda dangerous but also really cool. To do something special for Leap Day, Christina and I decided to take a weekend trip to San Diego. We went to the beach, Coronado Island, Balboa Park, and all the touristy places. We both spent too much money at the donut bar.
I just spent $13 on a box of donuts.
It was an amazing trip. In March, I helped Christina move into her new place. On April 1st, my dear friends Maggie and Mark tied the knot in an awesome wedding ceremony in Cave Creek. I'm very happy for them and wish them both the best. That same weekend, I went to Luke Air Force Base for the biannual air show. I had a great time watching the Thunderbirds perform. Finally, I did something that was a big goal of mine for the year. I got rid of my little kid bed and upgraded to a grown-up bed. I got one of those trendy foam mattresses, the ones that ship to you in a box. Here it is puffing up with air. It took some getting used to at first, but now I like it. In May, I entered a couple of photo prints into the employee art show at work. I didn't win anything, but I had fun just the same. The company had a contest for employees to pitch them an idea. I gave 2 presentations, one of which won second place. Also in May, we went to the Hot Import Nights car show at Westworld. I made a video of the show, which ended up being one of the most popular videos I've ever done. It's December and the video is up to over 100,000 views. For Memorial Day, the guys and I went to the park and had a barbecue. June 8th marked my 1-year anniversary at the new job. June 11th was Brad's going away party, kicking off his 1-year adventure of traveling around the world.
To Bradley, to new adventures in life.
To not having to see Brad for an entire year.
Thanks. That's what's up. Bradley!
You don't have to, you get to.
I went to a game night at Maggie and Mark's house and had a lot of fun. We celebrated the 4th of July by watching the fireworks show in Cave Creek. We went around the barriers and sat on a hillside to watch the show, and we were way too close with little bits of hot cardboard raining down on us. It was pretty awesome. In August, Mike and I went to go check out the mud bogs at Apache Junction. It was pretty cool, and I'm gonna go back again sometime. On August 16th, I finally got to see one of my favorite bands play live, the Silver Sun Pickups. Mike and I flew out to Monterey to go to the Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance, which is one of the top car shows in the world. We also got to spend a day exploring the wonders of San Francisco, and I paid a long overdue visit to my friends in Oakland. A couple of years ago, I made a website to tell the history of the Phoenix Trotting Park. After being closed for 51 years, the park was listed for sale and suddenly everyone wanted to know about it. The news media found my website, and I was interviewed by the West Valley View and the Arizona Republic. I also got paid to write an article about the park for a local construction magazine. In September, we went up to the cabin for our annual Labor Day weekend trip. We did a lot of the usual stuff, rode the ski lift, cooked dinner, and drove to the top of this mountain we always go up. It's a nice way to celebrate the official end of summer. Also in September, I was involved in my first ever car accident. My vehicle was rear-ended by another driver on my way to work. I'm very thankful that nobody was hurt and that his insurance company covered 100% of the repair cost of my car. The guys and I went to check out a krump dancing competition. Krump is a style of street dance that's known for its aggressive yet smooth movements. It was interesting, to say the least. October was another super busy month. I volunteered to speak at WordCamp Phoenix, which is a conference for users of the WordPress blogging software. This was my first time doing anything like this. I gave a presentation about optimizing WordPress sites for SEO, and I think it went pretty well. I enjoyed meeting a lot of cool people, and although I didn't get paid, I did get a lot of free food. I also got to go on a tour of the GoDaddy office, and yeah, I went down the slide. In mid-October, my friends Blake and Christina tied the knot. I felt so honored to be invited to their special day, and I really had a great time celebrating with them at their wedding. At the end of October, I celebrated my 31st birthday by doing something I'd always wanted to do, which was have dinner at the Compass Restaurant. This is a revolving restaurant in downtown Phoenix, and it was really cool, and thank you to my parents for taking me there. In November, the guys and I traveled to Las Vegas to cover the SEMA show for our car blog. I got to meet Mike Finnegan from Hot Rod Magazine and the Roadkill Show, and he was a super cool guy. The guys and I had a great time walking around and checking out the cars, but the highlight of the trip was definitely having dinner at the Caesars Palace, which was by far the best buffet I've ever been to. On November 20th, I went to my second concert of the year and saw Relient K and Switchfoot together at the Marquee. The show was just wonderful, and I'm super glad I went. In December, we had our office Christmas party at DeSoto Central Market, which was a lot of fun. I went to a couple birthday parties, one for a 3-year-old and one for a 32-year-old. Christina and I went to a Phoenix Suns basketball game, and unfortunately they lost to the Houston Rockets. And finally, I rang in the new year with Christina and Nikki shooting off fireworks and playing with sparklers in the backyard. As you can see, 2016 was a very memorable year, and I look forward to more great adventures in 2017.